Hello and welcome to Brute Force MMA, the channel that brings you the latest news and analysis from the world of MMA. In this video, we'll be discussing the upcoming fight between Michael Chandler and Conor McGregor, two of the biggest names in the sport. The fight is set to take place after Season 31 of The Ultimate Fighter, and it's one of the most highly anticipated matchups of the year. Michael Chandler is coming into this fight with a lot of confidence, and he believes that he has what it takes to end Conor McGregor's career. There are a few reasons why Chandler is so confident. First of all, McGregor has only won one of his last 4 UFC fights. This is a significant decline in the form of the former 2-division champion, and it has some people questioning whether he still has what it takes to compete at the highest level, particularly considering the fact that his only recent victory came against Cowboy Cerrone in UFC 246.
Cerrone covering up! That's a big shot!
At that point, Cowboy was in the middle of a 7-fight streak without a single victory, and he has since retired. In other words, the Cowboy victory is not exactly a gold star on Conor's recent record, and is certainly not going to send shivers down the spine of Michael Chandler. Another factor that plays into Chandler's favor is McGregor's seeming lack of discipline. McGregor has been adamant that he wants to fight at 170 pounds for this. Conor has fought at that weight 3 times before, twice against Nate Diaz back in 2016, and once against Donald Cerrone. There is speculation among some commentators that if McGregor was serious about the lightweight title, he would use this fight against Chandler as a first step on a new run on the title. The fact that he isn't suggests that McGregor may not be taking his preparation as seriously as he should be, or maybe that he has lost confidence due to his 2 recent losses against Dustin Poirier in UFC 257. And UFC 264. Perhaps Conor no longer believes that he is a title contender. All of this could give Chandler an advantage come fight night. Finally, there is Conor McGregor's controversial and chaotic lifestyle. In the past 5 years, Conor McGregor has been involved in several controversies outside of the ring. Some of the most notable ones include assault charge. In April 2018, McGregor was arrested and charged with assault after he attacked a bus carrying UFC fighters in Brooklyn, New York. McGregor was later released on bail and pleaded guilty to disorderly conduct. He was ordered to perform community service and attend anger management classes. Bar altercation in Dublin. In August 2019, McGregor was caught on camera punching a man in a Dublin pub after the man allegedly refused a shot of McGregor's Proper 12 whiskey. McGregor pleaded guilty to assault and was fined €1,000. Altercation with a fan. In March 2019, McGregor was arrested and charged with strong-arm robbery and criminal mischief after he allegedly grabbed a fan's phone and smashed it outside a Miami Beach hotel. McGregor pleaded guilty to the charges and was ordered to perform community service and attend an anger management class. Lawsuit by a fellow MMA fighter. In 2020, McGregor was sued by fellow MMA fighter Ahmed Abdurazak, who alleged that McGregor had punched him in the face and taken his phone outside a Miami Beach hotel in 2019. Abdurazak claimed that he had suffered physical and emotional injuries as a result of the incident. Altercation between Conor McGregor and Machine Gun Kelly. It happened at the MTV Video Music Awards in September 2021. According to reports, McGregor and Kelly got into a physical altercation on the red carpet and blamed the incident on a misunderstanding. Kelly also downplayed the incident, stating that he had no issues with McGregor. All of these incidents paint a picture of a fighter who is distracted, and they will have Michael Chandler licking his lips and rubbing his hands with anticipation for his chance to put the final nail in the career of McGregor. Let's now take a closer look at how Chandler will go about handing McGregor that L. Chandler striking. Despite McGregor's reputation as a striker, Michael Chandler is no slouch in this department. He has some of the most explosive striking in the lightweight division and can end fights quickly and decisively. In his previous fight against Dan Hooker at UFC 257, Chandler showcased his excellent striking ability by knocking out Hooker in the first round with a powerful left hook.
Oh! Big knockdown for Michael Chandler! Big right hand, Dan's hurt. Covering up! It's over! Michael!
Chandler was able to set up the knockout with a series of hard leg kicks that slowed Hooker down and made him vulnerable to the knockout punch. A very similar strategy to this was used by Poirier against McGregor in UFC 257, so not only is there a blueprint out there already on how to beat McGregor, but it's a blueprint that Chandler has already executed successfully. Chandler's striking ability was also on full display in his Bellator lightweight title defense against Benson Henderson. In that fight, Chandler landed a devastating right hand that dropped Henderson and allowed him to secure the victory. Chandler's wrestling. Chandler is also an excellent wrestler, and he'll be looking to use his grappling skills to control McGregor on the ground. He has a strong wrestling background and has been working on his ground game to improve his chances of winning the fight. Chandler's wrestling was particularly effective in his fight against Brent Primus at Bellator 212, where he was able to take Primus down and control him on the ground for the majority of the fight.
Of inactivity for Brent Primus is that he is a high-level.
Chandler also used his wrestling to dominate Eddie Alvarez in their rematch at Bellator 106, taking Alvarez down multiple times and winning a unanimous decision.
Chandler letting go with punches and elbows from this top position.
McGregor is a man with considerable takedown defense, as we saw in his fight with Khabib in UFC 229. However, Khabib still managed to get him down, and the effect it had on McGregor could clearly be seen in the later rounds of that fight. Chandler's conditioning. One of the keys to Chandler's success is his conditioning. He has excellent cardio and can maintain a high pace throughout the fight. Chandler's conditioning was particularly impressive in his fight against Tony Ferguson at UFC 262. Despite a grueling 3-round battle, Chandler never slowed down and was able to secure the victory with a second-round knockout. Chandler's conditioning was also on full display in his fights against Benson Henderson, where he was able to maintain a high pace throughout the fight and secure a unanimous decision victory, and in his fight against Will Brooks, where he was able to go 5 rounds despite losing a very close split decision. When you compare the conditioning of these two fighters, it tells a very clear story. Since 2016, Conor McGregor has went the distance in one 5-round fight, which he won against Nate Diaz in UFC 202. In the same time frame, Chandler has gone the distance in 2 5-round fights, one of which he won, and has gone the distance in 2 3-round fights against Goiti Yamauchi in Bellator 192, which he won, and against Justin Gaethje in UFC 268, which he lost but was awarded Fight of the Night. Also worth noting is the fact that since 2016, Chandler has had 14 fights and Conor has had only 7 to 8 if you count the boxing match with Floyd Mayweather. With that track record, Michael Chandler is clearly the fighter who will most likely have something left in the gas tank when it comes to the championship rounds of this fight. Chandler's mental game. Chandler is a fierce competitor and he'll be looking to use his mental game to gain an advantage over McGregor. He's been working with sports psychologists and mental health coaches to improve his mental toughness and focus. Chandler will be looking to get inside McGregor's head and make him doubt himself. I know what you're thinking, but wait, Conor McGregor is the absolute GOAT when it comes to trash talk and mental warfare. Just look at what he did to Jose Aldo in the build-up to UFC 194.
What you gonna do? You little bitch. Dude, I'll take that belt. You'll do nothing.
That is very true, but I'm here to tell you that Michael Chandler is no slouch when it comes to trash talk either. Chandler has engaged in trash talk or taunting his opponents many times before fights, in particular Brent Primus before his rematch with Brent Primus at Bellator 212. Chandler called Primus mentally weak and accused him of making excuses for his loss in their first fight. Chandler also said that he planned to break Primus's will and prove that he was the better fighter. Also, against Patricio Freire, Chandler engaged in a war of words with Patricio Pitbull Freire before their fight at Bellator 221.
Get to the fight.
Chandler called Freire a little man and said that he didn't deserve to be in the same cage as him. He also accused Freire of running from a potential fight in the past. And if that wasn't enough, we still have his old adversary, Benson Henderson. Chandler had a heated rivalry with Benson Henderson during their time in the lightweight division of Bellator. Before their first fight, Chandler accused Henderson of being disrespectful and said that he planned to teach him a lesson in the cage. Chandler also said that he believed Henderson was overrated and that he would expose his weaknesses. No doubt we will see some of Chandler's best trash talk against McGregor. It is by no means certain who will win the war of words between them. Chandler's game plan? Chandler and his team have developed a game plan specifically tailored to McGregor's style. They've been studying McGregor's fights and analyzing his strengths and weaknesses. Chandler will be looking to exploit McGregor's weaknesses and capitalize on his mistakes. He'll be looking to control the fight and dictate the pace. Michael Chandler is a dangerous fighter with the skills and mindset to end Conor McGregor's career. He'll be looking to use his striking, wrestling, conditioning, mental game, and game plan to defeat McGregor both in Series 31 of The Ultimate Fighter and in their UFC bout after the series. However, McGregor is also a skilled fighter with the ability to end fights quickly. It's sure to be an exciting matchup, and we can't wait to see how it unfolds. Who do you think has the upper hand? And which areas do you believe will be the most decisive in this upcoming contest? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more MMA content.